How's it going, everyone? I'm here with my WWE Extreme Rules 2015 pay-per-view review. Of course, Extreme Rules wrapped up not too long ago. And overall, I feel like the pay-per-view itself wasn't as bad as everyone was expecting. Honestly, pretty enjoyed it, and I thought it was pretty decent. So I thought it was a good pay-per-view, to be perfectly honest. I don't think there was anything really bad about the show. Don't get me wrong, there wasn't a lot of great either. I'm not saying a lot of the matches were great, but honestly, nothing really was bad on the show either. So it was a decent to good show. I thought I enjoyed it for the most part. And that's just me, if you didn't enjoy it, I'm sorry you didn't, but me, personally, I enjoyed the show. I thought it was, good for what it was. For what it delivered, it was good, so I enjoyed it. But of course, for the pay-per-view, we have the kickoff show that starts an hour before it. Not a whole lot happened. Just want to mention a few things that I think are worth mentioning. Ambrose trolled the panel, which was awesome. Him trolling it was just completely awesome. Bray Wyatt cut another promo. To me, these Bray Wyatt promos are completely stupid in my opinion. Like, we all know a 95% chance of whoever he's feuding with next, he's going to job them anyways. Because honestly, it's like, these promos are pointless. They really are, and I think they're really stupid. But whatever, they want to put them on TV somehow, and they absolutely have no idea what the hell to do with them. So just have them cut these random promos, and then they'll figure out sooner or later who he's going to feud with. So whatever, it's just a way to get him on the show, I guess. And he wasn't on the show, it was a pre-show, so I don't think it really even matters. We had a match, which was Bad News Barrett versus Neville. Of course, we're supposed to be getting Bad News Barrett versus Daniel Bryan for the Intercontinental Championship. They announced on the pre-show that Daniel Bryan was not going to be able to compete. Therefore, Barrett was on the pre-show and now facing Neville. I thought the match was very, very good. That was a very fun way to kick off the show. No pun intended, because it was on the kickoff show. I thought it was a lot of fun. I thought it showcased Neville very well, and I thought they mixed very well together too. Especially the ending of the matches were the match was really awesome from the counters and the spots. I thought it was a lot of fun and definitely a really good way to kick off the show and really showcase Neville as well. And Neville ended up with the win, which I thought was a huge win for him. Don't know if I really agree with it though. I know Neville just debuted and they want to make him look good, so having him get some wins over credible names is good. But then again, Barrett was supposed to be contending for the Intercontinental Championship tonight, and the fact that he just lost is kind of like, why is he contending if he's losing? I don't know. It was kind of a lose-lose situation to me, regardless of who would have won. If Barrett would have won, then people would have complained about, oh, they're making Neville look bad. But if Neville would have won, which he did, then it's like, Barrett's not looking good as a contender. I don't know. It was a kind of lose-lose, but I thought the match was fine. I thought it was fun. Neville won with the red arrow. Just a lot of fun. Good way to kick off the show. And then we go on to the main show, which opened up with the Chicago Street Fight, Dean Ambrose versus Luke Harper. This was a lot of fun, going to here for the next hour. This match was awesome. It started off very good, Ambrose and Harper just killing each other with kendo sticks and steel chairs. It was fun, it was enjoyable. The match didn't even end yet. The match actually, they actually brawled into the backstage area. They brawled into a car and they drove off, so the match never even ended yet. So the match was still continuing at this point, but the brawl start off was good. Those two always mix very well, and they always have really good brawls as well. And it was enjoyable for what it was. And at this point, remember, this match is still going, so they drove off. To me, I thought it'd be awesome if they showed clips during the show of them like at a Walmart or a Target or whatever, brawling through the sections. I thought that would have been perfect. That would have been awesome. But they didn't do that, unfortunately. But I still thought the idea of what they were doing was still good, with them driving away and then coming back later on the show. I thought that was good. But their opening brawl was very solid. I enjoyed it. It was fun. Then we had a backstage segment with the Authority, or just Triple H, Kane, and Rollins. The segment went on a little too long, I thought. It was like 5 minutes, but it pretty much achieved what it was supposed to achieve with, the whole thing going on with Kane. So it was whatever. Next we go on to the Kiss Me Arse match, Dolph Ziggler versus Sheamus. This was good as well, and that was great as I was hoping, but it was good. It was kind of the big guy versus the underdog. David versus Goliath. You had Sheamus beating down Ziggler for the majority of the match, and Ziggler would have his comeback, and then Sheamus would, quickly get him back down to where he was going originally. So I thought this was a good big guy versus underdog type of match, and I like the finish as well. Didn't make either guy look bad, which I didn't really get though, the whole reasoning for the finish. Dolph Ziggler won with not a crucifix, an inside cradle, I think. Ziggler won, grabbing the tights, pinned Sheamus 1, 2, 3. I was mildly shocked. I was mildly surprised. I was 100% expecting Sheamus to win, but Ziggler pulled out the win, so did the whole thing where, oh, Ziggler won, now Sheamus has kiss Ziggler's ass. Never came to fruition. Sheamus was throwing a huge fit about it, and then when he finally went to go do it, he low-blowed Ziggler, gave him a bro kick, and actually pulled his trunks down and made Ziggler kiss his ass. So, I don't know. This was odd. I mean, I'm glad Ziggler won. It's good to see him win a pay-per-view match, but it's kind of like Sheamus just came back and he just lost, and it adds, more to his heel character, though. I think him disobeying his own stipulation. You know, he's the one that named the Kiss Me Arse stipulation, and the fact that he lost and he disobeyed it and pretty much went against the grain and pretty much said, no, fuck my own rules, I'm going to do whatever I want, and you're going to kiss my ass regardless still. I thought that added to his heel character more, but I don't know. It was an odd way, you know. You had Ziggler win, yet he still had to kiss Sheamus' ass. It was all weird, but the match was enjoyable, so I enjoyed it. From there we go on to the WWE Tag Team Championship match, Cesaro and Tyson Kidd versus The New Day. This was actually surprisingly really fun. I thought it'd be a good match, but nowhere near as good as it turned out to be. The crowd was awesome. The crowd was really into it. The whole New Day interaction with them was awesome. But just the match itself was really fun as well. Cesaro and Kidd, they played excellent faces, I thought. I definitely can see them with a face run as a tag team. I think they'll do fantastic as it if they do that. Not saying that they are, but if they were to do that, I think they'd end up having a really good run. And this was a really fun, enjoyable match. You know, the whole crowd was against New Day, and Cesaro and Kidd are getting their stuff in. Really good interaction between the two teams, between just the brawls and the breakup and near falls. I thought it was a really fun tag team match. And it was a lot of fun. It was really enjoyable. Everything was great until the ending. The New Day ended up picking up the victory. Kofi ended up rolling up Cesaro for the 1-2-3 to win the tag team titles. Fuck man, everything was so awesome until New Day won. I don't know, New Day, I'm not a fan of them. I'm not a fan of their gimmick. I'm not a fan of anything they're doing. They're generating great heel heat, but I don't care to see them as tag team champions, nor do I care to see them defending the tag team titles, nor do I care to see them in general. So, I don't know, I didn't like it, I didn't agree with the finish, but you know what, I'm not going to have that take away for the awesome match that they had. Just a really good tag team match. Ending was a lot of fun as well, too. You know, the crowd was really hot, definitely towards the end of the match, so a lot of fun. New Day winning, sucks that they won, but you know what, hey, you win some, you lose some. After the match, we had an interview with the New Day backstage, which was interrupted by the return of Dean Ambrose and Luke Harper. You have Ambrose driving up, Harper flying out of the car, Ambrose jumping over the car onto the New Day, as well as Luke Harper, and then they all started just, Ambrose and Harper just brawl back into the arena, back into the ring. Then they continue their match, which at this point was going on for almost an hour, and they continue it like nothing, like prevented it, like, oh, okay, we didn't take a break or anything, we're still going. I thought that was kind of funny how like the match kind of just like had a pause and then just continued later on in the show. I thought that was excellent. I thought that was really cool. I wish they'd do this for more matches down the line. Not saying do this every other pay-per-view, but like, just every once in a while this would be cool to do with these type of matches. But yeah, they're brought back to the ring. Ambrose hits a Dirty Deeds after Harper tries to powerbomb, or he powerbombs Ambrose onto a pile of steel chairs. Harper tries to do a splash, I'm guessing, off the rope onto Ambrose, who's buried in a sea of steel chairs. Ambrose gets out of it, throws Harper down, hits him with Dirty Deeds, 1-2-3, Ambrose wins. Really happy that he won. He desperately needed the win, in my opinion. He hasn't won a pay-per-view match since Payback last year, so it's only been a year, so I'm really glad Ambrose won. And the whole Ambrose-Harper brawl/match he had for the first hour was just awesome. Awesome stuff. So that was good and entertaining. From there on, we go on to the Russian chain match for the United States Championship, John Cena versus Rusev. This was whatever, nothing great. Going into this match, I wasn't really too excited because of the rules, the whole, you have to touch the corner things. I always hate those type of matches, and this is your typical strap, bull rope, whatever type of match you expect from this, or from that stipulation. Nothing special, it was whatever, just the pauses, and they touched 3 of them, and of course the last one they get stopped somehow. Just not exciting. Not a whole lot happened. The whole thing with Lana and Rusev though is really starting to go now. They had a point where the crowd was chanting for Lana, and Lana actually got up onto the apron and like acknowledged it, which to me, I don't know directly what direction they're going in with her, but I kind of thought that was completely out of character for her to just do that. Not saying she did that on her own, but like the character she portrays, I thought that was pretty stupid of her to acknowledge the chants and say, oh, thank you, appreciate it. So I don't know, like little things like that kind of like eke me or irritate me. Like, that's not part of a character. You shouldn't be doing that. But that's just me. Rusev ended up sending her to the back because he got pissed off. So she ends up leaving. So it's Cena and Rusev to go at it, and just not a whole lot of excitement happens. They end up all touching 3 corners at once. Cena's touching one side, Rusev's on the other side, to the point where they have 3 corners touched, and the remaining corner is the same corner. They both got to touch. So they stare at each other like, oh, what do we do? And of course Rusev goes for it. Cena's like, fuck no. Cena pulls him, gives him an NA, touches the corners, and wins the match. Yeah, just not a whole lot happened. Whatever. You would think this would end the feud, but unfortunately it didn't. Explain more down in the review later on. So yeah, whatever. Next we have a Roman Reigns interview. Nothing special. Whatever. It's Roman Reigns. Then we're going to the Divas Championship match. Nikki Bella versus Naomi. Naomi coming out thinking she's fucking Sasha Banks. She's coming out just with the glasses and the... Oh, man. The music, everything about her entrance and everything she did was just terrible. It's a complete Sasha Banks ripoff, and I didn't like it. I thought it was dumb. I don't know. It was irritating watching it because like this is so stupid and so dumb. It was terrible, and it was the hilarious terrible too. Like you're just laughing how bad it was. But the match itself was pretty good. I actually enjoyed it. It's probably the best Divas matches we got. One of the best Divas matches we got all year so far. It was enjoyable. You know, Naomi played a fairly good heel in this match. I thought she executed it well, especially with the involvement of Brie Bella too, her knocking her down, and then Brie getting involved later on. There's quite a lot of near falls. It was pretty, it was really enjoyable. I thought. I honestly really liked the match. Of course, the whole heel thing with Naomi and biting her at the ass at the end of the match. She took out Brie Bella, and then at the end, Brie Bella ended up kicking her, which led to Nikki Bella hitting her finisher on Naomi for the 1-2-3 to retain the Divas Championship. So overall, I enjoyed the match. Thought it was good. One of the best matches of the year so far, in my opinion, on the main roster. Doesn't compare to NXT. But yeah, I'd put this up there with Paige and Nikki from Raw from like 2 months ago. So it was enjoyable. I liked it. It was fun. But Nikki retains, and she looked absolutely amazing too. Nikki, by the way, in white. Don't even get me started. From there, I'm going to go to a backstage segment with Rusev and Lana. Basically, Rusev just saying, hey, you fucked this up, go make it up. And then we see Lana walk into the authority's office, and that was the segment. Then we go on to the last man standing match, Roman Reigns versus Big Show, which, surprisingly enough, ended up probably, in my opinion, the second best match of the night. I know this surprised a lot of people, including myself. It started off boring. It was really bad at first. It was just like... But when Roman Reigns got chokeslammed through 2 tables on the outside, Big Show just picked him up and just fucking chokeslammed him through the 2 tables on the outside. That's where the match picked up and honestly started getting really good. Of course, they had to involve weapons. That's what made the match enjoyable. Big Show's sarcasm got kind of hilarious. He made the whole ooh ah thing Roman Reigns does, which was pretty hilarious. And there was quite a few times in this match where, like, how did this match not end at this point? You have Big Show getting speared through tables, Roman Reigns getting chokeslammed through announced tables, Roman Reigns spearing the Big Show through the barricade, which we haven't seen before. But a lot happened, a lot of spots happened, and this match actually became really enjoyable. Even the crowd got into it. That's how good it was getting. So I give props to both guys for putting on one hell of a match. Well, not one of a hell of a match, but a hell of a lot better match than what we're expecting. So kudos to those two. The finish was absolutely lame, though. It was a finish we've seen before. Exact repeat where Roman Reigns, has speared Big Show so many times. Big Show keeps getting up. Roman Reigns has no other choice but to flip the announce table on top of the Big Show and stay on top of it, saying, "Hey, I beat him. I threw a table on him," which I thought was completely stupid. Complete rip-off and redo of the Del Rio Big Show Last Man Standing match from SmackDown when Del Rio won the world title 2 years ago. So I did enjoy that, but the match itself was fun. I liked it, surprisingly, and yeah, it was really good. Surprisingly, I think anyone expects it to be that good. I thought it had potential to be decently good, but it surprised a lot of people, including myself, and I enjoyed it. I give them props. From there on, we go into a Bo Dallas promo. Bo Dallas comes out, cuts a promo, basically telling people to Bo leave, which leads to the big guy right back coming out, giving him the meat hook and giving him a shell shock, and that was it. It was extremely odd that happened. It was something that you would see on like Superstars, honestly. It's just literally Bo Dallas coming out, cutting a promo, right back coming out and beating him down. I don't know if it was a way to get right back on the show or what, but it wasn't even a match too. It was just a beatdown, so that was extremely odd. But yeah, that was whatever. And then we go on to another backstage segment, which I mentioned earlier about the whole Russ and Chain match, where that should have been the end of the feud. It wasn't. Segment Rusev being confirmed by Lana. Lana tells him, "Hey, you know what? It's done. Your final match with John Cena will be at Payback and an I Quit match." And I'm thinking, it's an I Quit match. There's no way in hell John Cena is losing the title to Rusev at Payback. I don't know, to me this feud should have ended here. I understand where the whole Rusev thing is coming from, like why he's pissed off, but at the same time it's like, you want to face him again for the 4th consecutive pay-per-view, which will be your 3rd consecutive loss, because I'm pretty much guaranteeing Cena isn't going to lose at Payback in an I Quit match to Rusev. So I don't know. I feel like it's dumb that they're continuing it, but you know what? I guess they had nothing for both guys, so that's, you know, when you have two guys feuding, you have no plans for them after it. I guess you just keep the feud going, but whatever. The match should be fine though. Hopefully it's good. And then we go to the main event, which was the steel cage match for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Seth Rollins versus Randy Orton. The match was fine. This, you know, it wasn't as great as their matches, or the match could have been. I think the steel cage restriction, you know, played in effect for this, as well as Kane too. Kane definitely should not have been the focal point of this match by any means, but it was fine. You know, not a whole lot happened. It wasn't too exciting. The crowd wasn't even into it, but it was just, it was a Raw main event. That's the best way I can put it. It was something that you would watch on Raw, a steel cage Raw main event. That's what this basically was, which is unfortunate because I think these two could have put on an awesome main event given the proper stipulation and the proper attention they should have gotten. Not Kane, but just, yeah, nothing really happened. J&J came out and got involved, and Orton, you know, ended up knocking them down. And then, you know, got to the point where, you know, Kane got involved in the match because Rollins wanted the cage open. Kane opened it, but Orton tried to crawl out with Rollins, and Kane shut the cage on both of them. Or no, Rollins accidentally kicked Kane off. Kane was trying to open the door, and Rollins kicked Kane off of the door by accident. And then just, it was a huge clusterfuck. It was just so many things happening that shouldn't have been happening to begin with, but Kane gets involved, chokeslams both of them, throws Orton on top of Rollins. Orton kicks out, Orton gets up, RKO's Kane, then all out of nowhere, Rollins RKO's Orton, and then, you know, Rollins rolls out of the ring and retains the championship. He escaped the cage, and they made it known on commentary, even though it was Seth Rollins that used it, that the RKO was banned. Even though Rollins used it, they made it known that, hey, the stipulation was the RKO was banned. So I'm pretty sure Orton and Rollins, or at least Orton, will be involved in the title picture still going forward, because they really made it known that, you know, Rollins cheated to win with the RKO, even though he said it was banned. He couldn't use it anyways. So I'm pretty sure it'll continue going forward. But overall, Extreme Rules, like I said, I thought it was a decently good pay-per-view. Didn't think there was anything bad on here, but I didn't think there was anything too great. I don't think anything was great, honestly, at all. Just everything was fairly good to very good, in my opinion. That's how the show was, and that's how I feel about it. So, leave your guys' thoughts below in the comments if you like about the pay-per-view, whether you liked it or about it or not, what you liked, what you didn't like. Whatever you guys want to do, it's up to you. Feel free to do it. And that'll do it for my review. And until next time, I'll see you guys later. Thank you guys for watching it, and I'm out.